It was so loud. Okay. We're working on order of operations. Okay. Everybody, make sure you've got notes. Okay. If you don't, this front table has a couple extra copies. Okay. Please put your name. Today's date. Okay. We are in Pre-Algebra. You are correct. Okay. A1. This has been a little while. Okay. First, before we talk about any definitions or anything like that, I would like for you to try and do number 1. Okay, in the examples. So go for it. Okay, we will check number 1 in just a second. So, order of operations rules. Okay, so we have rules to follow. You've probably heard these before. We're just going to go over them. So we've got orders to follow when simplifying. An expression. That contains multiple operations. Okay, what are some different kinds of operations? Yeah. Yeah, multiplication. What else? Yes, exactly. What else? Yes. Perfect. What else? Yes.
Subtraction.
Keep going.
Addition.
Yes. One more.
Division.
Did we say division yet? Then good. Yes. I left count. Okay. There are 6 that we are used to. Okay. 6 that we will use. Red Bull is the 7th. You're not ready for that one yet, Patterson. Okay. So, if we are going to, what's an acronym? Sorry, I had to cough. Wake up. What's an acronym? Anybody know? PEMDAS is an acronym. Yes. So an acronym, okay, is just a kind of mnemonic device that we use. Okay. Each little bit of that acronym starts with a letter. Okay. So PEMDAS. Okay. What's the one with the contractions in English language arts? Y'all learn that one? No? Or not the contractions, the conjunctions. Yeah, fanboys. Okay, that's another one. Okay. Okay. That is not a letter. Here we go. P, E, you have M and D, A and S. Okay? Yes, PEMDAS. Okay? The P is for parentheses. Okay? Also, other grouping symbols. Okay? So, it could be parentheses, right? It could be brackets. It could be, what is that?
Zero value.
Yes. So, well, the absolute value. Yes, right there. Okay, I'm going to make my arrow a little better. Okay. So those are kind of the grouping symbols that we'll be used to. Okay. You would count all of those like you would do parentheses. Okay. The E. Exponents. Okay. Also, radicals. What's a radical? Okay, it's a square root symbol. Okay, and later in the year, we'll also work with cube roots. Okay, same thing, or along those same lines. Okay, the M and the D. Multiplication. And division. Okay, the important thing to remember with these is you work these left to right. Okay, so if I have a problem, and like I've said this before, maybe not to this class, but definitely to algebra. When I was taught PEMDAS, it was all parentheses, then exponents, then multiplication, then division. Okay, until I got to high school, where high school math teachers were just like, that's not actually the case. Okay, so you do parentheses, then exponents, but then once you get to multiplication division, you've got to do those left to right. Okay, so it's not multiplication comes first and then you do division. Okay, so if I have a problem where I have 2 divided by 1 plus 5 times 6, something like that. Okay, you do those left to right. So I'm not going to do 5 times 6 first. I'm going to do the 2 divided by the 1 first, and then I'll do my multiplication, and then I do the addition after that. Does that make sense? Okay. Addition and subtraction for the next one, correct? Okay. What do we think is important to remember about that? Perfect. You also do them left to right. Okay. So you don't worry about doing addition before you do subtraction. You do left to right with those operations. Okay. So let's look down at number 1 and check ourselves and see how we did. So we've got 7 plus 54 divided by 3 times 2. Okay. So what's our first step? 54 divided by 3. Yes. I would assume some of our instinct was to do 3 times 2 because you've got the parentheses right there. Okay. The parentheses only exists so that you will simplify everything inside the parentheses. Okay. But once everything inside the parentheses is completely simplified, then you just treat it like another number, okay? So you've got 7 plus 54 divided by 3. So what is 54 divided by 3? Good, 18, okay? Then you've got 18 in place of the 54 divided by 3. So you've got 7 plus 18 times 2. So what's your next step? Yeah, what is 18 times 2? Good. And what's 7 plus 36? 43. And that's it. Okay, let's do number 2 together. We got 24 minus 4 to the second power times 3 plus 15. Okay, so 4 to the second power is the first thing we need to do. Okay, what is 4 to the second power? So if 2 to the second power means you're doing what? Are you doing 4 times 2? 16, right? The exponent is telling you how many times you're multiplying the base. Okay, so you got 24 minus 4 squared, which is 16 times 3 plus 15. Okay, what's the next thing we need to do? Yep. What is 16 times 3? 48. At least he tried.
I did try. I was thinking about it in my head.
24 minus 48 plus 15. What's 24 minus 48? Negative 24, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Plus 15. It's going to equal
9.
Yep. Okay. Out of 3, 4, 5, and 6, pick one that you would like to see. You're going to do the others, but pick one that you would like to see. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Think about it. Okay, who wants to see 3, 4, 5, 6? Okay, it's between 4 and 6. Who wants to see 4? Who wants to see 6? Okay, we're going to actually have to count. Who wants to see 4? Hold your hand up. Blaze, is your hand up? Okay. Okay, who wants to see 6? There we go. Okay, 6 it is. Okay, so we've got 7 plus 53 minus 3 to the 4th power divided by the square root of 16. Okay, so working through PEMDAS, what do we need to do first? Parentheses. So we need to simplify everything inside the parentheses before we do anything outside the parentheses. Okay, so what is our first operation inside the parentheses? Yeah, 3 to the 4th, right? So starting with parentheses means our focus just needs to go inside the parentheses. Then from there, you kind of have to reset and go, okay, now what's my order of operations? And you got to work your way down that way. Okay, so what is 3 to the 4th power? What's that? It's a good guess. What's 3 times 3?
9.
What's 9 times 3? What's 27 times 3? That's what you need to do. Here, let me ask you an easier way. Okay, what's 3 times 3? And then what's 3 times 3? 9. What's 9 times 9?
81.
There you go. Math is crazy. Okay. So this is what we should have right here. We still need to simplify inside the parentheses before we do anything else. So what is 53 minus 81?
Negative 38.
Let me double check. I did it in my head. And I was on vacation too. Okay. Divided by. So smart. What do we need to do next?
The 16. That's like
What is it underneath?
the square.
Mm-hmm. A radical, okay, or a square root. Okay, so we're going to count that the same as we would count what? An exponent, okay? So what is the square root of 16? Is 4. Are we comfortable with why it's 4? Okay. Do we know how to get to that? So if I just told you, if I gave you the number 144, you could just tell me what that is. Okay. So maybe we should talk about how to get to that. Okay. So let's do this real quick. If you will go over to the side. Okay. And this is something we'll do a little bit more of, but I want to teach you how I want you to find what the actual answer is for a square root. Okay. So we're looking for the square root of 16. Okay. Now some of us, just because we know our multiplication really well, can just give this out. Those of us that are maybe just like, I'm not really sure how they found that answer. This is how you find that answer. Okay. You are going to try and divide this 16 until you can get it down to a 1. Okay. And what we're doing is we're going to be looking for pairs of numbers that we can pull out of 16. So let me show you what that looks like. What can I divide 16 by? It has to be a prime number. Prime is not a 4 is not a prime number. 2. Okay. So we can divide it by 2. Okay. What is 16 divided by 2? 8. Then I'm going to do it again. What prime number can I take out of 8? Dividing. Yes, 2. What is 8 divided by 2? 4. Okay. Same thing, right? Take it out of 2. What's 4 divided by 2? 2. Okay. And then the last one, what's the only prime number I can divide 2 by? 2 and 1, right? So we'll divide by 2. That leaves me with 1. I said we needed to get it down to a 1, right? Okay, so we're done. So now what you're going to do is you're going to pair up all the numbers that you took out. So I've got a pair of 2's right here. And I've got a pair of 2's right here, right? So how many pairs of 2's do I have? I have 4 2's, but I have 2 pairs of 2's, right? It's like you have 1 pair of shoes. Yeah. Okay. So this is a 2. This is a 2. You just multiply them together. What's 2 times 2? 4. Okay, so 4 is the square root of 16. This will work with any number that you're trying to find the square root of. Okay. So let's do one more. Let's do, there, we can do 144. Okay, 144. This is a perfect square. Okay. We are looking for pairs to pull out. So this is a large number. Probably off the top of our head, we're not sure what prime number we could pull out of here, but we know for sure we can pull 1 prime number out because this is an even number. What can we pull out? A 2. Okay. What's 144 divided by 2? I'll tell you. It's 72. Okay. Now what's a prime number that you can pull out of 72? You can pull out a 2. Okay. 72 divided by 2 is what? We should get this one. Very close. So 36. Okay. What prime number can we pull out of 36? We can do a 3. Let's do a 3. Okay, what's 36 divided by 3? I think I heard it. 12. Okay. It's a prime number I can pull out of 12. 2. What else can I pull out of 12? 3. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and just go with a 3. But you could have pulled out a 2 as well. Okay. What's 12 divided by 3? Now, what prime numbers can you pull out of a 4? 2, which will give you a 2 right here. And then you can pull out. We need to get it at a 1, so we have to pull out a 2, right? Okay. So we got it to a 1. Now circle all your pairs. Okay. You have a pair of 2s. You have a pair of 3s. And you have one more pair of 2s. Okay, so you have a 2, you have a 3, and you have a 2. What's 2 times 3? 6. Okay, what's 6 times 2? 12. So the square root of 144 is 12. Okay, if you punch that in your calculator and you did 12 times 12, what would you get? 144. Okay, we'll do more practice with this, but that hopefully can help you a little bit. Okay, 7 plus negative 28 divided by 4. When you finish this one, what's 7 plus negative 28? There we go. Yes, don't be a follower. Good. Okay, what do we got to do? We need to do the division first, right? Okay, so what is negative 28 divided by 4? It is going to be negative 7. What is 7 plus a negative 7? 0. Good.
All that work for a 0?
0 is just as important an answer as anything else. Please do. Number 3, number 4, number 5. And, all we've got left are practice problems. So, do 3, 4, and 5. And then we'll check those and go from there. I only have my lunch. I'm very sorry. It's a chicken and apple slaw salad. You want it? Oh, okay. I didn't drink coffee until I was like 22. And now I drink it all the time. Blaze, do you have a question?
Mr. Bennett?
What's up?
Don't the numbers that have like the 2 lines, isn't that just the like a number and then both like it wouldn't, if it was like 18 would still be 2, but without the lines.
So that measures how far that number is from 0. So if it's positive 18 or negative 18, they're both 18.
Okay, so it's just equal.
Yep. We are going to end up going on past this one, so if you get done and you're just waiting, you're welcome to go start trying 7 through 14. We'll give it another minute or so, and I'll start putting 3, 4, and 5 up here. Anybody doing anything fun for Halloween? What's that? You just said that on my recorded notes.
Go ahead.
So,
Go ahead. They're gonna have to catch me.
well, I mean, it's going to be pretty easy now.
Yeah, go ahead. They're gonna have to catch me first.
I'm just going to pretend I didn't hear any of that. What's that? Yeah.
Can you bring me one? Oh, we can use any cards.
What's that?
Not in here. I missed out on like 6. I missed out. No, we do that. I wish.
Literally think like I don't know.
I mean, the good part is about like.
You said sent by Clay is a good thing?
What is that supposed to mean?
What do you mean?
Sitting by the lake.
Okay.
They can hear you.
Sure.
That was him.
That's going to require Kalea to listen to these notes, though.
Oh yeah, Clay ain't doing it, so you're good.
I mean, I've trashed y'all on my notes, but nobody listens to them, so.
I've gone through them before with my friends.
You just got lucky then. Missed it.
You have? Mr. Missed. My heart hurts now.
Yes.
Okay, 3 and 4 are up here. I'll give you another little bit before I put 5.
Wait, what is the last of mine in your class? Portia?
Yeah.
You should make them not so much.
Oh, really?
Just to be funny.
You jealous?
No,
Just for me, why would you know?
exactly. I'm jealous of the 7th graders. Because I give Miss Clark. I have Miss Clark.
Wow.
I'm just kidding, Miss Burnett.
That's fine. I'll
I'm not the only one that's ever said that. So.
yeah, that doesn't make me feel better. I'm not the only one that feels that way.
Exactly.
Most of the 8th graders hate me. Okay. So
Why?
it's fine.
I love your class. You and Miss Riley, your class and Miss Riley, you, Miss Riley, and Miss Pure. Well, I have Miss Pure. I have, what's that class? Oh, I said Rebecca Land.
Okay. There are 3, 4, and 5. Okay. For number 3, okay, the tricky part, obviously, you might have messed up elsewhere, and that's okay. Okay. I think the tricky part is the absolute value. You want to make sure after you get the absolute value, which would turn it to 18, you still have it as minus 18 on that next line because you have the subtraction sign in front of it. Okay. Number 4, you've got to make sure that you completely simplify inside the parentheses. So you got to do the 2 to the 5th power. Then you have minus 29. Okay. Then you have an exponent outside the parentheses that you need to do before you start dividing. On number 5, don't do the exponent to the 3rd power until after you do 9 minus 5. Okay. Because 9 minus 5 is located where? Inside parentheses, so you have to do it first. Okay. And the same goes for the 18 minus 6 times 2. Okay. Any questions over these? We doing okay? Okay, let's keep rolling then. I will leave 3, 4, and 5 up here for a second if you still need to mark them down. But we're going to go ahead and move on to. Go ahead and circle these because we're not going to do all of them. Okay. I would like for you to do number 7, number 8, number 9, 11, and 14. Okay. So again, you're going to do number 7, number 8, number 9, 11, and 14.
We're gonna get to that.
What you talking about?
The line that goes through the 2
On like number 9.
and like
It is a fraction.
Yeah, it's just a big fraction. Yep. Welcome to algebra.
Here's a question.
straight up.
I'll have to go.
When Australia gets back.
Mr. Bennett?
Yeah.
If, you know, the line thing that I was talking about, if there's a problem inside the lines, do I do the problem and then?
Mm-hmm.
Good job, Gabby. Good job.
Okay, another minute, and then I'll start putting them up here for you to check yourself. There we go. Okay, since we have a little square root of 25 on number 8, I will do the little how you find the square root over here on the side so you can see it if it won't keep freezing on me. Okay, there's 7 and 8. Keep working. Or start working for some of you. On number 9. So just simplify everything on top, simplify everything on bottom, and it'll kind of just take care of itself. Mm-hmm. Just keep them separated. So you're almost gonna work this top part like it's its own problem without this, and you're going to do the same thing to the bottom, and just keep them on top and on bottom. And then as you keep simplifying those numbers down, it'll work itself out. Okay. When Jordan gets back. Okay, so on number 9 with this big fraction, okay, you're going to work the numerator, the top part, okay, kind of like it's its own problem, and you're going to work the bottom part kind of like it's its own problem, and just keep them separated in the numerator and the denominator, okay. As you get to the end of it, it'll start to work itself out to where you can simplify it, okay, even more. Okay, I'll leave 9 up on the screen. Start working on 11. Is everybody good with 9 up here? Okay. I'm going to move it. I'll keep 11 up there and work on 14. Okay, 11 and 14 are up there. 14 has a lot to it. It's combining a handful of things that we've done so far this year. Okay, if you have questions about any of these on the notes, please ask me, okay, and let me know. You have your homework, and that will be due on Thursday, okay? So go ahead and get to work on it. I don't think it should take you too long. You've got about 30 minutes left. It's true.
I trusted you.
This is sealed.
No. But it's still happening. Try to grasp.